I want to start today by saying, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Adam. I'm 25 years old. I'm a college student working for an associate's degree in IT. Most likely will continue school after that as well. Just want to touch on the whole puppy thing one last time, kind of recap. I think I got my thoughts in a little bit better order now. I got some time to think about this, and I could say a little better. My main whole point of even posting back was, I'm tired of looking at the things on YouTube that Americans get excited about. And it's not just things of the war. It's things of little significance. This whole Marine and the puppy, and regardless of who and where it was, it was one person and one puppy in a world that contains billions more life forms than just that. Their species getting eradicated on a daily basis, endangered species still getting hunted, and we don't do anything about that. You're talking about a puppy, which their species is not in danger, that might have already been dead. If that was your concern, was the treatment of the puppy, you as someone being concerned can do more good for this world and do more good for that one puppy by starting somewhere in the right part. I mean, you don't wait for one puppy to get hurt innocently to raise hell. I mean, Michael Vick did more harm to more puppies than that puppy. What about the war? If you protested the war, and if enough people got on YouTube and got the media's attention enough, and we protested the war, we could stop the war. I mean, this is a democracy, isn't it? The people do have the power. I've never wanted to put myself on YouTube. I kind of just like sitting back watching the videos. But I've just kind of had enough. I see this stuff on a daily basis. People saying I'm voting for this guy, and I ask them why. What's your views and opinion on his policies and what he's going to do for America? And I get responses like, I like his name. I don't really know, but I'm a Democrat or I'm a Republican. I mean, how misinformed is our society that all these same people that are posting on YouTube are misinformed about who they're voting for, or they have a daughter that gets on YouTube and posts pictures of themselves basically naked. You know what I mean? Like, where there's all these people doing all this stuff and saying putting this guy's phone number out there. Why don't you get the name and phone number of people who were watching these little girls' videos saying that they enjoyed it? Why don't you do good for people? The puppy's dead, and the Marine's going to get disciplined. It's over with. Use your time and your energy to something more useful to society. That's all I'm asking. It's disappointing. You want to talk about a disappointing American? To me, it's not necessarily that soldier. I'm disappointed in him for putting that footage out, but I'm also disappointed in the fact that we let him get to that situation to begin with. I haven't done anything about it personally until now. I'm making this video. I'm taking this time to stand up and say, yeah, this is what I believe. I think a lot of you people, most of you people on YouTube, are probably really good people, probably even intelligent people. You've just drifted into the internet and into TV to a point to where your concerns are all minute, and all the big things go right on by. I mean, we're in a recession. There's a housing crisis. We're paying $3 a gallon for gasoline because our money is worthless. Not because the gasoline is expensive, because our money's worthless. And everybody's going on about their daily life, and they have the time and the money and no worries enough in their own life that they can go and be concerned about one dead puppy in Iraq and cause this much ruckus. I mean, it's even got me on here. And like I said, I don't want to post videos. But having said that, I'm going to start posting a video. I'm going to try weekly, maybe daily in the summertime if I don't have any classes. And I'm just going to look at current events and try and give a logical, reasonable, rational explanation of my interpretation of that. I like to leave my feelings out of it. When I bring my feelings in, like how disgusted I get that there's 13-year-old girls putting pictures and videos of them nude on YouTube, and then we have the nerve to complain about the people stalking them when people are allowing their children to do this. I mean, what do you expect? You put your hand on a barbecue after it's been on for an hour, are you going to get burned? Yeah, if you let your daughter put herself naked on the internet, do you think a creep that now has access to see her naked and get attracted to her in the first place? Come on, people. Wake up. It's everything has a cause and everything has an effect. My child won't be caught doing that. And the only time those creeps are going to have to see my child is when she's not under my control. And when she's not under my control, at that age, she's going to be being supervised to some extent. Come on, America. You're complaining about what a trained killer did to a puppy in a war that we sent him there for. Our people allowed him to go there. We're not causing ruckus for oil. And we're spending so much money protecting that oil that is killing us. So it's not even an intelligent war to begin with. Well, let's focus on what matters. Let's focus on what we can do in America to make America a better place, so not get involved in crap like this. There's still people in Hurricane Katrina who are homeless. It breaks my heart to see Americans cause so much ruckus and spend all this time on this. Hey, the time you spent typing back and forth with this video, why don't you look up somebody in Katrina who lost everything, write them a letter and put a $20 check into it. If you're so kind and caring and a loving person, stand up and do something. September 11th happened. I lived in New Jersey, not too far away from New York City. When it happened, I was on the 440 Outer Bridge Expressway, which if anybody around the area knows where that is, you basically get a shoreline view of the city. I turned on the radio because we hit traffic. Next thing I know, I hear Howard Stern yelling about the towers have been hit, yada yada yada. I look off in the distance, I notice the smoke. I look around and observe my surroundings. I get out of the normal American way of life, being drowned by what kind of car the guy next to me is driving, or ew, he's picking his nose and caring about all this materialistic stuff because people's lives were in danger. None of that mattered anymore. I started to look at the bigger picture, and I watched as Howard Stern said the buildings are falling, as the big, black, brown, disgusting cloud of smoke rose up and just started to fill the shoreline. I continued to work. I went home that day, and you know what? Yeah, I hated anybody from Iraq and Pakistan. But I opened my mind, and I went down to the convenience store in New Jersey, where a guy from Pakistan worked, and I started picking his brains and asking him questions. Whether he's even a terrorist or not, I got to know the guy. I got to know what his life was in Pakistan. Just so you know, the common life in Pakistan is if you have something of value, you also have a gun. Because the only way you're going to keep that is if you can protect it. It's very different than what we have here. People are actually concerned about their safety more than they are about the puppy in Iraq who got thrown off a cliff. And I see these types of things, and then I see people on the internet crying about this crap. Talk to that Marine first. Let's hear what that Marine has to say first before you go and pass judgment on him. How do you know? You don't know. Nobody knows. But you're quick to assume. Just like everybody's quick to assume with my first and second post that I think it's okay to kill a dog for no reason, or to pick up a dead puppy and throw it for no reason, when I believe I said more than twice that I didn't. I'm reading the comments to these things and people are telling me that I'm wrong and this and that. Phew. 4 of my comments were intelligent. Everybody else was just telling me something that I had already expressed in my video, that it was not my way. I never condone the guy. Yeah, he should be punished. That's what happens when you do something and get caught. You get punished. There's things going on that aren't getting caught, that aren't getting punished. And you're not raising a fit about that. You're not aiming at everything in general. Because if you were, you'd be on here saying, yeah, this is horrible. We need to stop that war now so our troops aren't over there to do these types of things. I'm going to end it there. Wake up, people. It's a revolution.